With big name creators, or more specifically one creator, bringing light to the topic, vexillology spheres are recently faced with discussions that reconsider the core values that they hold gospel because they were told so. As a silly little video that's rather relevant right now, I'd like to go through a list of flags that that I believe have been demonized for years now by the vexillology community, and I'd like to talk about which ones may not have actually deserved the hate. Up first is the flag of the Caribbean community. Now, I wanted to start out with this one because I think that despite the lettering in the middle of this, two clear Latin alphabet letter C's, if you didn't know, which you do because you speak English, but I actually think, they might be kind of chill with this one. It's got a simple design, the letters are quite stylized, and more importantly, if you look here beside the circles, there is in fact two shades of blue, which, if you didn't already know, is quite popular with these sorts of people. Going on to the next flag after I walk away and take care of my cat who's still screaming. The next one is the flag of Milwaukee, Wisconsin. What the The next flag is the flag of Milwaukee, Wisconsin. This is a flag that a lot of people know about. This is a flag that a lot of people know about, and a lot of people want to change to a much more Neva-like design with two shades of blue and a geometric representation of some sort of geographic thing. In this case, it being sun rising over this fucking ocean, and also a yellow, white, blue color scheme. Which, if you watch my last video, you'll know just how typical this flag is. It's not a bad design. It could be a lot more unique, though. In all honesty, I do prefer this design. It stands out a lot more. It really screams Milwaukee to me. I'm not really sure why, but I think this flag does not deserve all the hate it gets. The next flag is actually two flags, or actually a much larger amount of flags. I want to talk about Union Jack flags. Now, this is the flag of Ontario, and this one the flag of Australia. These are hated by a lot of people for, honestly, some valid reasons, but a lot of them do look nice, okay? These come from defacing, like it'll be like the white ensign, just like defacing like the white ensign or blue ensign and putting something on here, and they come from obviously a lot of colonial histories. So politically, a lot of people might not like them, but I think in design, like I honestly I kind of like them. Not the fact that we actually use them. I think New Zealand and Australia do need to change their flags. These just aren't good. But in principle, they're not actually that bad, and a lot of vexillologists do kind of overreact with them. The next one I want to talk about is this. It's a very heraldic looking flag. You can see from these lions in whatever position they are. No, it is a very heraldic flag, as it does just come from this. It's not the most, imaginative thing to just rectanglify your coat of arms, but it's quite a silly flag. I appreciate it for its silliness. This silly ass boat. A lot of people like to redesign it. Whether or not that's the correct thing to do here is up to you. I don't think it should be hated, but I also don't think it is very hated, because who is talking about this place? Where even is this place? It's okay. Oh, okay. It's like right by Canada, isn't it? Okay. I think I might be wrong. Oh, would you look at that? It's south of Newfoundland. So I was right. It is by Canada. Isn't that amazing? The next one I want to talk about is a heavily debated flag is the Progress Pride flag, and more generally, just the Rainbow Pride flag. A lot of people have problems with this, not just because they're homophobic, but also people don't like this design at all. Um, and a lot of people also do really like this design, but it's really a 50-50 thing. I don't think it deserves the hate, but I also see why you could think it deserves the hate. I don't really have a take on this flag, but it is a widely discussed one and a very commonly redesigned one, which is why I decided to include it here. You'll see redesigns of this like every week on Reddit. The next one is the California Republic flag, which it's a fucking cool flag. Okay, it has letters on it. Oh dear. Oh no. Whatever. Okay. It has a fucking bear on it. It comes from a a little silly moment in Californian history. And I'm happy they've kept it. I'm happy they haven't caved into NAVA supporters and NAVA and changed it or simplified it. It's nice to see them, sticking to the guns with this. And one last thing I want to look at is this article from stuff.co.nz, which is a news outlet from my country, so it's kind of sad to see. This is a article by David Whitley. No hate to the guy, but I think he might be kind of confused. The first flag he throws shade at in the 10 worst flags in the world is the flag of Belize, where he demonstrates that he just doesn't know what heraldry is, because this flag obviously comes from the coat of arms of Belize, right? And they just put it on some blue and red, which is kind of lazy. It works. But yeah, they go through how they believe this flag was made, where it's like they say that whoever the client was, I guess the government of Belize, a saw and an oar and an axe. Don't forget the boat and the tree. That didn't happen during the design of the flag. That happened during the design of the coat of arms, which is which is a quite reasonable place to want all these things to represent your country. Second up is the Central African Republic, where their description of the reason they hate this is just really embarrassing when they say that it abandons classical tricolor elegance. That's the most NAVA posting sentence I've ever read. I don't really care about the rest of their take. It's quite generic. They say the same shit about Mauritius, pretty much. Australia, they have the usual takes about how it's full on abysmal. No, they actually have a weird take here. And they say it would have been ideal for 6 stars in the Southern Cross, one for each state. So not a lot of flags use 6 stars in the Southern Cross. It's sort of a design print. It's a design motif along a lot of flags. I guess Australia should be different. But they talk about how a chunky, big, extra one goes under the Union flag, supposedly to compensate, without even mentioning that it is the Commonwealth Star and has its own symbolism. So they're kind of just closing themselves off from the actual facts of the flag in order to write an article about how it's bad. I think this guy probably just watched that one TED Talk and decided to get his hot takes out here. There's more hating of text on flags, even though there's some beautiful calligraphy on the Saudi Arabian flag. I don't really care to go through this. Now, this is his one good take, is the flag of Rwanda sucks, which it does, just because of this baby blue they chose. And then, to close it out, I'm not even gonna talk on this, because that's just, you can think what you want about this flag, but to close it out, he hates on the flag of Kazakhstan, which I just cannot allow that. I'm sorry, but this is god tier design work, even if it is rendered in 240p my stuff.co.nz said, this is genius design work. This shit is beautiful, okay? So, whether or not you hate the flag of Kazakhstan, or Belize, or you're homophobic, or you think these California Republic letters need to go, your opinion is hashtag hecking valid, and Keanu Reeves will big chungus you. So, be sure to downvote me on Reddit, and leave your flag opinions in the comments so I can read them and tell you you're wrong.